It's not being captured. Oh, yeah, it is. I'm crazy. Let me... Oop, cursor. I enjoy seeing my cursor, I'm not gonna lie. Let me close the game and reopen it. I feel like that's my move here. But I've kind of wanted to try doing VN streams before, but I always psych myself out. So, you know what? We're just gonna do it. There we go. No cursor right still. Maybe not use game capture. I feel like game capture is kind of Z.A.T.O. There we go. And now I can actually have the intro play out too. But yeah, this is like my favorite genre of game, I think, is VNs. And I have kind of like a crazy backlog to get through. So maybe this will help. We'll see. If it feels like something I can actually do, it would be kinda nice. I don't know much about Z.A.T.O or Z.A.T.O, question mark, but, you know, I feel like it's one that will be up my alley based on the little Steam description. Oh, my cursor's still gone. Why? Is it gone and windowed? No. What if I just... We're troubleshooting. It's okay, it's okay. That thing. Hi, troubleshooter. Hi, Alex. There we go. Perfect. Minus the white bar at the top of the screen. Hold on. This. What am I moving right now? That sure as hell is. White bar is a new trend? You're right. They're saying the white bar is in right now, actually. Yeah, I think that's good enough. But hey, Alex, hope you're doing good today. Hope you're having a good time. Is it a black bar? It just beautiful. I'll deal with the repercussions of whatever tiny bit that's cutting off in the future. Let's go in. True. True. I'm also probably gonna have to resize myself depending on where the... Doing okay? Doing pretty good. Work has been pretty okay, I'd say. Could be better, could be worse. Did you know that our sun is a very unusual star? To start with, it's a yellow dwarf. Those constitute just 7 to 10% of all stars in the universe. It's an outlier even among those. Most yellow dwarfs are primarily covered with dark spots. The sun isn't. The majority of its surface is bright. In fact, it has 3 times the number of light spots than it does dark spots. Sure, its overall brightness index is nothing special. You could even call it underwhelming compared to the other stars of its type. But even so, it works harder than most to shine as bright as it can. I find that really cute. I don't remember where I read about this. It must have been some newspaper from years ago. But that small piece of trivia still pops in my mind whenever I look at the morning sky. It's not much of a view, to be honest. Not much of a sky, not much of a sun. I guess that's the kind of region it is. Some people say the sun is just lazing around in our parts, what with the constant snow. But people that go around saying that, well, they clearly haven't read the newspaper. The more I thought about things like that, and the more I learned, the more I realized how incredible everything is. I'm not just saying that to mean amazing. I mean, improbable. You can't deny the world is full of great coincidences. It's to the point where I've begun to ask myself how much of it we can attribute to pure chance. The universe oh my god, was kind as to give us both a star and a planet with the perfect conditions for sentient life. Just the slightest fluctuation in the composition of our atmosphere, the size of the globe, or the distance between Earth and the Sun, and none of the beauty surrounding us would exist. Some would call it a miracle, and of course, that's a lovely way to put it. But isn't that giving the world we're living in too little credit? But it's not that I subscribe to the anthropic principle or anything. I'm not so arrogant as to believe the universe exists just for our sake. Or rather, I'm not so sure it exists solely to be observed. When a baby is born, it's not preoccupied with how it's perceived. That consciousness need emerges later as the child develops self-awareness. Until that point, its curiosity is aimed at its surroundings. So, if anything, it's the opposite of what the anthropic principle entails. We're social creatures, so we need to be observed. So the need to be observed makes sense for our survival. But to say the universe itself shares that priority doesn't make sense to me. Although, you can also think about it this way. A child is curious about the world because it perceives the world as external. But what if the child is the world? What if all that it could ever observe existed within itself? What can the all-encompassing universe be curious about? There's nothing but itself, so nothing but itself. There's nothing else to care about in the whole wide world. It is the world. Duh. Wait, now this makes perfect sense. If I put it like that, I guess the universe has no choice but to be self-centered. Cat in lab moment. Even if this wasn't the case when it was born, what if the universe developed a desire to be perceived by others as it matured? The same way that a child would. And what do we do when we want others to perceive us in a certain way? We try to mold ourselves accordingly. I think I get it now. The universe gradually felt the desire to be seen. It wanted to be admired, loved, and observed, because there's nothing more a world can do but observe itself. It's the best and only pastime there is, as far as the world is concerned. And if observation is good, more observation is even better. Of course, an endless universe can observe itself endlessly. You can say that its observation value equals infinity. That value may seem absolute, but it isn't really, not in mathematics. Infinity plus 1 exists. It's a value that the universe could never reach as a singular, albeit infinite observer. So it had to create new finite observers to add to its infinity. It needed to create sentient life. Sentient life is the plus 1. When I put it like that, it sounds like all of us are extras at a party. Now, Isn't that fun? This vast, mighty universe changed itself so meticulously to make new observers possible. It fine-tuned all of its systems so precisely just to have us here. It works so hard just to share its one joy with us. Us, worthless insects. Oh no. Oh no, this can't be. That's cute. That's really cute. Ah, I should have expected this. I should have known the infinite universe would be infinitely cute. This world is truly wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Ira. Oh god, Russian names. Ira Gachevska. Yeah, is missing. Huh? I look up from my desk. A low hum runs through the class. Gravietska. Oh, that's rough. What? Seriously? She's just skipping. Nah, she ran off with that one guy. You saw? No, but come on, you know her. She's totally. Silence. The teacher taps her journal on the desk. Ira's parents filed the report yesterday night. They haven't seen her since she left for school. Another round of whispers. The teacher raises her voice. So if any of you have any information that might help in finding Ira, please report it to the teacher's office or the police after class. That is all. On to the lesson. Chair creaks in the back. Wait, you really expect us to just study like normal after hearing that? Yeah, yeah, we're shocked, you know. We're worried sick. Seriously, our classmates are missing. Our friend, our Arochka. The room fills with repulsive giggles. Cut it out. Garin, sit back down. Teacher's voice sounds just as dry as it did when she broke the news. She turns towards the blackboard to write down the date. We all know the situation will probably resolve itself just fine. So let's not act dramatic. If you have anything valuable to say, I'll be happy to hear it in the office. She puts the chalk down and begins the lesson. It's December 19th. The bird flies past the window. Oniko. Disappearance? Give me a break. Aren't you supposed to wait 3 days or something? That's a myth. You can file a missing report whenever, especially if it's a kid. Oh, yeah? Hey, let's report each other as missing and see who they find first. You're on. No, but seriously, what's with the sudden hubbub? So she didn't come home? Big deal. I thought wandering off was her whole thing. Right? That's just Kravechskia for you. Yeah, we can. We can for fun. Bet her parents just want some attention. Like they need any more of it. I mean, I've heard some weird cases. Yeah, never say never. Crazy is genetic. You think she's in some crack house now? No way. Do we even have any? I wish. At least there'd be something fun to do. Honestly. Hey, hey. But she's like, for sure with the guy, right? The guy? You don't know? A bunch of people have seen them together. Some older dude, he's like 30 or something. Ew. You serious? Yeah, it's so trashy. I slowly walk behind my classmates as we head to the next lesson. It's irritating. Their conversation is ticking me off. I'm not sure why. It's not as if they aren't making sense. It's not unusual for Ira to wander off somewhere on her own. I'm not treating this news with any real gravity. Really, I'm no better than them. There's a trace of worry in my head, but it isn't directed towards Ira. Instead, when I first heard about her disappearance, the thought that flashed into my mind was rather ugly. Now nobody will come to save me. Gross. But regardless of what people are saying, and regardless of what I personally think, it's still a missing person. Poor parents must be so worried. Just picturing it makes me feel glum. I'm not surprised Ira would just run off somewhere without telling anybody, but still. Ugh, it's not like we've ever been friends. It would be stranger if I acted all torn up about it, right? She's just that kind of person. Always getting herself in trouble, always hanging out in places she's not supposed to be at. They're right. This wouldn't be the first time Ira left for God knows. But is it really true? The stuff they said about that older man? I've never even seen or heard anything like that. Even though this whole time, ugh, I suppose it's possible knowing how some girls are. Even so, I never thought Ira would be the type to be love-struck like that. Love-struck, huh? When I put it that way, it's almost... yeah, it's most definitely cute. Ira in love. Forbidden love, too. Wow, I'd never have guessed. I never took that girl for a romantic, but she's a girl at the end of the day. And she does like those types of books, so perhaps she was planning to elope all along? Ah, crap. It's all so complicated. I'm really torn up on this, I really am. On one hand, it's super romantic. Such a beautiful young love with no regard for what anyone thinks. It's so incredible. It's incredibly cute. But on the other hand, I'm really sad. It's selfish and it's dumb, but if Ira's really gone, it's like I've got nothing to hope for anymore. Hey, Shabina. Ah? You know anything about this? No. Why would I? Well, you two are pretty close, right? Their whole group chuckles. We weren't. No? No, not at all. Really? I thought you two were dykes. What? They all erupt in laughter. We weren't. We didn't even talk. It's a mess. Francesca's screwing the older guy. She ain't like that. I don't know. Some chicks swing both ways. You never know these days. I don't. It's... Look at her face. Chill out, Shabina. We're just kidding. Jeez. Why are you getting so scared anyways? You really a lesbo or something? I'm not... They just keep laughing. What can I even say to that? No matter what I do, they just keep laughing. If Ira came in through the door right now and heard what they were saying, all hell would break loose. I mean, she only disappeared a day ago. She probably is just coming late today. She doesn't even know there's a missing report. Maybe she already left her lover's place. Maybe she's trudging through our snowy schoolyard as we speak. No, she's already inside. She's already left her wet puffy jacket in the cloakroom. Now she's going down the corridor. Up the stairs, to the left. That's right, she's coming. She's gonna storm in any minute now. Right, that's it. I hear her. I can hear her footsteps. She's coming. Ira's coming. What's with that face? You look like you're holding in a shit. She's totally a lesbian. I'm not. Never talked to her. I told you. Steps walk past the classroom. Now that they're closer, they don't sound like her at all. They never sounded like her in the first place. Well, maybe not with her, but like in general. Yeah, you don't have a boyfriend, right, Shabina? Why is that? Uh-huh. I don't know. I just... Dude, look at her. Be real. Come on, don't say that. What, you want to be her boyfriend? Hey, Shabina, want to go out with Igor? Oi. What? Come on, he's a great guy. Right, Igor? You treat her right. Piss off, man. I'm not doing this. My tongue. Alright, go again. Bad habit. It's not like it works anyway, so why why do I keep doing it? Flop down at my desk and start mindlessly flipping through the textbook. I need to stop indulging fantasies like that. It just makes me feel stupid every time. Ira came in through that door and beat them up right then and there. Would it really help my case? They'd probably keep saying those same things behind her back and to my face. I guess it really would be for the worse. Yeah, I should have wished for that. Ira saw that, it would just add fuel to the fire. So, it's a good thing she didn't interfere. It's a good thing. It's a really great thing. At least these guys don't bother me for the rest of the day. Everyone's too preoccupied with gossip. I can't focus on studying either. I keep thinking. The last time I saw Ira, the teacher says her parents saw her leaving in the morning, but she didn't show up to class. That part's nothing new. Ira's always had a bad attendance record, so I assume she skipped as usual. I went to see that man they talked about. Did she go to him right away? Because in that case, yesterday evening, go home, Asya. Teacher's office, was it? Kinda scared of going straight to the police, but I should. I should probably report that. Not sure if it will be of any help, and for some reason, the idea of telling anyone what I saw, something about it just doesn't sit right with me, but there's no logical reason for that. I need to get over myself. Sure, she's probably fine. I know that. Freaking everyone knows that. But if she's not, well, I'm gonna regret it big time. Oh, but I might just be tearing star-crossed lovers apart. If Ira really ran away to be with someone that she cares about so deeply, away from society's ridicule, would it really be right to ruin it? I have to admit, I'm also a little judgmental. I mean, it's really beautiful. I do believe that judging love like that is ugly, ugly, ugly. But whenever I start to consider it closely, I just can't brush off how much older that man is. I just can't. Ugh, I really am no better than the rest. Wait, that's it. So that's why I don't want to tell anyone about what I saw. Must be the good in me screaming, don't ruin their good fortune. They're probably so happy right now, it's none of your business. Gosh, yes, that must be it. That explains everything. Should I follow my heart then? Should I keep silent? It's not as if what I had seen will make a difference. It was kind of inconsequential. There's no point in telling anyone about it at all. It's not the kind of information that points to any particular location or culprit. Not that there is one. So let's just keep silent and everyone will be happy. I'll be happy, the good irrational me will be happy, and the cold reasonable me will be happy as well. Yup. Good job, Asya. You solved it. Ah, it sure is nice to have a clean conscience. Well, no need to loaf around here any longer. Guess I better head home. Counterpoint. What if, and bear with me here, what if Ira is actually missing? Despite all odds, there's always a possibility that she is in danger. If there's even the tiniest chance that my report will help in finding her, then that info is worth providing. And if she really did elope with her beloved, then my testimony won't change a thing. It's worthless at worst. Ugh, that's true. If I carefully weigh the pros and cons, that off chance of Ira being in danger, and my words being the key to saving her makes for a strong argument. Well, my words being the key to saving her. Wow, yeah. That would be so amazing. And then I'd come and visit her in the hospital, and she wouldn't know how to thank me. She'd say I shouldn't have. She'd say, I told you to leave me alone, Tony. And then I'd just shake my head and respond, it's nothing. I was just doing what I was supposed to. No, I gotta come up with something cooler. I need to think about that. Wait. Why is she in the hospital? Do I hope Ira ends up in the hospital? Of course not. I need my freaking testimony. I don't need my freaking testimony to save her. I hope my testimony is useless because she's already home. Or is calling home, telling her parents how happy she is with the love of her life. That's what I hope for. I just keep having stupid thoughts today. At least I know what I should do now. I've made my decision. Going to the teacher's office. Where was it again? I doubt they expect anyone to come. Probably look kind of silly. Wouldn't be the first time. Well, who cares? Walking, down the staircase, to the right, down the hall. There, that's the teacher's office. Oh? A girl. There's a girl standing there, right by the door. I think I've seen her before. Is she an upperclassman? Our town is really tiny, and so is our school. If I were a better person, I would know her name. Hmm? She turns to look at me. I'm not sure what she's expecting, so I nod a little. Um, is there a queue? A queue? To the office? Oh. Oh. Oh no. I'm just waiting for someone. Okay. Hey, what? You're Asya, right? Yes. How did you know? That's kind of a loaded question. How do we know anything? I mean, it's not like we have lots of faces to remember here. You know me too, right? Sorry. Really? That's what I was talking about. It's not that I don't care to remember everyone's names. I just don't know where other people get them from. They say that in tiny cities like this, everyone knows each other, but that's just not true. Oh. We learn about the people outside our immediate circle through gossip or common friends, but I haven't made any new ones since the day Tosia left. Gossip? Sure, sometimes I overhear my classmates chatting about this and that, but I don't like listening to them. I don't like their voices, so I try not to pay too much attention. Wait, when I put it like that, it kinda does sound like my fault. My point is, when people regurgitate the idea of everyone knows everyone, the word everyone doesn't include me. The name's Marina. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. You got something to share about Gravietska? How did you know? What do you mean, how? We had an announcement, same as you. They told us to report to the teachers and all. I see. For some reason I thought they only broke the news to us, here as classmates, but it makes sense they'd at least give the upperclassmen a heads up just in case they happen to know her. Which means you also know something about Ira? Yep. That's great. So you talked to the teachers already? Sure did. Wow. And what did you tell them? That's between me and the investigation. You can't just spout info like that in the open, Asya. The wall's got ears. Oh, I understand. Sorry. Okay, well, you don't have to apologize. Crap. Making an awful first impression. Not only did I not know her name like I was supposed to, but now I look like I don't know the first thing about vigilance. Who am I kidding? I really don't. I'll just go in then. Marina suddenly blocks my path. No, you won't. I'm sorry? You're not telling them anything. She gestures with her fingers to the tact of each syllable. Why? Because... Bad feeling stirs up in my chest. Please don't tell me it's gonna be the same thing as my classmates. Is this because I acted rude? I didn't mean to. Well, I never mean to. I just can't help it, can I? We just met, and I've already managed to mess everything up. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I desperately search her face for signs of mockery, but weirdly I can't find any. I've been waiting for you. On. Surprised? Of course I am. No, wait. This has to be some stupid ruse. I'm going to believe this girl, then she'll just laugh in my face about it. I'm serious. Ira told me about you. Really? Yeah. Oh gosh, they talked about me? Wow. I'm shocked Marina is being as friendly as she is, considering the kind of description Ira could give. Wait, does this mean she's a friend of Ira's? For some reason, I never thought about her having any. At least, not at school. That was really presumptuous of me. I wonder what Ira is like when she's with friends. I know you saw her yesterday. I figured you'd want to report it, so I ran here as soon as classes ended. I guess it'd be easier to catch you between lessons, but I got so caught up in all those stupid rumors. It kinda slipped my mind. Why, she got a pouch. She's allowed. I sang, hi. But hey, what matters is that it all worked out. So why are you stopping me? Well, Marina looks around the empty corridor before lowering her voice. If you tell them about yesterday, they'll make everything worse. Huh? Let's not talk about this in front of the office, okay? Come on, let's go. She takes a step back and beckons me with her hands. I'm not sure what she has in mind, but it doesn't seem like a prank. Still. Wait, I know Ira's probably fine, but it, isn't it better to play it safe? The faster we share all we know with everyone, the... Quiet, you. I just said that we shouldn't talk about this stuff where the adults can hear. Uh... Marina grabs my hand and starts dragging me down the corridor. She's not exactly being quiet, you... All of my stumbled protests sound so weak they might as well be white noise to the other girl. Yes, I spent half the day doubting whether I should report at all. So what? I carefully examined my options and came to my own conclusion. I deserve to see it through. I deserve to testify. But some part of me is relieved that the ultimate choice was made for me. I mean, that silly gut feeling I got... I thought I overcame with reason has come out on top. Oh. So there was something to it in the end. So I was right, my heart was right. Sure, I can't actually know that, since I'm yet to hear what Marina has to say, but this can't be pure chance, can it? And if it's not, what does it actually hinge on? Did Marina show up because the world needed to stop me for the sake of something more important? Or did Marina show up because I subconsciously wished for anything to stop me? Whatever it was, I guess I don't mind this after all. I think I'll stick to the grander narrative angle for the time being. The world bending itself to the will of some worthless gnat is a preposterous idea. But it wouldn't be the first time for me, would it? And the fact that the world, for any reason, has decided to guide me toward the right path, that's so endlessly sweet. Down the stairs, to the lobby, to the coat room, I don't resist anymore. Marina drags me along, and I feel my doubt turning into excitement. This is definitely the right path. This girl knows about Ira. I want to know more about Ira too. The whole wide world wants me to know. The jams, yeah. It's crazy. Nico, come here. Episode 1. What the hell is your problem? Rin is looking from Ira to Garen to the chair that just crashed on the floor next to the boy, barely missing him. Huh? Thank you, saying. Fieska, the fuck? Is she insane? Somebody call the teacher. Not paying any mind to the commotion that has filled the classroom, Ira storms towards Garin. Her face is contorted with rage. Before he can react, she rips the notepad from his hands and slams it on my desk. I hastily grab onto it. Read that again and I'll kick your teeth in. Huh? Are you nuts? Ira doesn't respond. For a second, she just glares at him, then turns around and stomps back to her desk. Classmates who were caught up laughing in a fit just a moment ago are now watching her in silent bewilderment. It does. I scoot out of her way as she retrieves her bag and heads towards the door. Crazy bitch. She ignores him. Krechvieska, where are you going? Hey, Ira forcefully pushes past the teacher. You... Krechvieska... What do you think you're doing? Your parents will hear about this. Her threat falls on deaf ears. Everyone knew Krechvieska. I'm butchering that name every time I say it. I just know for a fact. She's always been like that, I think. No, not throwing chairs around. Ira had no regard for the rules that everyone's supposed to follow. I guess they call someone like her problem child. Parents got a lot of flack for it. It's only normal in a town like ours. Not just because of its small size, but because of its, let's say, exclusivity. Vorkuta 5 prides itself on its virtually non-existent crime rate. That's the natural consequence of nobody being allowed to enter or exit without a permit. We're lucky to be here, to have a salary higher than the national average, to have access to goods people in neighboring towns can't even dream of. Few get afforded such a privilege. Last time I checked, our population hasn't even hit 6,000. So when someone like Ira appears on this tiny society's radar, she's not just seen as a delinquent. She's a puzzling stain on a community that's supposed to be spotless, like a weed that sprouted in a painstakingly maintained flower garden. Of course, it's not as if she had appeared out of thin air. It's all in the family, they say. The blame falls on people responsible, that is, on Ira's parents. Any questions begin to arise. Oh, and questions. Why is Krechevsky's daughter behaving like this? Is there trouble at home? Do they believe this is acceptable? Do they not teach her discipline? Do they not understand how fortunate they are? They've been granted so much, yet they can't do the bare minimum in raising their own child. Do they really want to be here? Do we want them to be here? I've heard a lot of talks like that. Heard more after Ira threw the chair at Garin. I didn't get why. Everybody was just having fun. And it was my fault for bringing the notebook anyway. I was hoping to write a little in the library once school was done, but my bag slipped and all the contents scattered on the floor. Of course, they would get curious about it. Of course, they'd want to read the silly things I wrote. It's not a big deal. It's not like I've ever taken poetry or drawing very seriously. Those are just fun distractions, nothing more. If people laugh, well, what's it matter to me? I couldn't wrap my head around it. I couldn't, but I still wanted to thank Ira somehow. She rarely shows up at school. And even when she does, she can just leave at random. I couldn't get a hold of her for a long time because of that. Well, that... And also, I was really scared. Ira has never as much as looked at me. Even when she lashed out at Garin, it was like I wasn't even there. But 2 weeks after the incident, it finally happened. We crossed paths. I went to the bathroom during some lesson. I think it was math. I came in through the door, and there she was, blowing white smoke through the half-open window. I didn't even know she was at school. Oh, hi. Ira shot me a disinterested look. "Mm, Hi." I awkwardly scuttled past her to one of the stalls. After closing the door, I realized I was so nervous I couldn't do any of my business, so I just sat there thinking about how I should approach her. It's not like I had some long conversation or formalities in mind. I just wanted to say thanks. In theory, it should have been easy, but wouldn't that make me look like a weirdo too? Assuming she did all that for me, that would just make me look self centered. I had no idea how much time had passed while I was in the stall. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 20 seconds. But when I heard what sounded like her getting off the windowsill, I swung open the door. Wait. Huh? Uh, um, I froze up. She stood next to the window, bag in hands. The cold draft wafted through her hair. I had to say something. I got this rare chance. The world gave me this rare chance to tell her what I wanted. What am I supposed to say? Thank you? After I just tumbled out of the toilet stall? What? Uh, she raised an eyebrow. I just stood there with my mouth helplessly open, as if I'd just gone mute, and as if every word in the Russian dictionary got wiped from my brain. Mm, Whatever. No, wait, please. I took a step toward her, and she jolted away like I was a leper. I didn't know what I should say or ask. I just knew I had to say something, even if it was the first thing that popped to mind. What? What the hell do you want? Isn't it cold? Huh? The the windowsill. When you sat smoking there, right by the window, I thought, weren't you cold like that? Eh? She blinks. Not really. Ugh. Ugh. Maybe just a little. Ah, thought so. Anything else? No. I mean, yes, I'm sorry that you got in trouble. Huh? Well, I figured I heard you got into a lot of trouble after that. You know, when Garin read my stupid poetry. I'm sorry for that. She eyed me for several seconds, which to me felt like an eternity. She then sighed and slowly flipped her hair back. Why are you apologizing? That had nothing to do with you. Uh, what? Well, I guess not. His voice was getting on my nerves. Um, I see. Looked down at the tiled floor. I knew that was the case, of course. It's not like I was hoping Ira jumped in to defend my honor or anything of the sort. I wanted to thank her regardless of intent, but no matter how hard I thought and tried to word it, everything just came out sounding awkward or... One sec. Why does this always happen? The soles of her boots squeaked against the floor. And this time, I made no attempt to stop her. Poetry isn't stupid. I stood there, dumbfounded. Did she just say that? Did I hear it right? Her poetry isn't stupid? Does that mean she likes it? Ira likes my poetry? Ira Gachvieska? The bell rang and snapped me out of my short-term stupor. I shook my head. Right, I need to get back to the classroom. I doubted Ira was going to be at the next lesson. I washed my hands from nothing in particular. Weeks passed. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library or for a walk. Then, when it got dark, I headed home, day after day. Um, my notebook. Just left to get a snack from the cafeteria. Where did it go? Oh, Shabina, you borrowed your homework for a second. You don't mind, right? Uh, it's fine. Thanks. By the way, is this supposed to be you? He lifts a scrap of paper up to me. Oh no, I forgot I left it in there. No, it's just a drawing. Yeah? You sure? Really looks like you if you were pretty. It's not me. Whatever you say. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say none of your business if I did. And she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I started doing it when I was walking home from school, or to the store, or just wandering the streets killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started taking new routes. It's embarrassing to think about, but Ira. She just walks right past me in the corridor. Not even a nod, not even a look in my direction. I guess I don't exactly stand out in a crowd. No, it's my fault for mumbling. I should have spoken louder, even though it took all my courage just to muster that much. Even though I definitely think she should have heard it. Hey, Vadim? What? Uh, remember when I gave you 50 kopecks? Can I have it back? Huh? 50 kopecks? When was that again? Last Friday? Jesus. You remember things like that? Can I have it back? Man, I don't even remember taking it. Sure you're not making this up? Maybe you gave it to someone else. No, it was you. Jeez. I don't freaking know. It's half a ruble, Shubina. Who gives a shit? Yeah, why do you care so much? It's so petty. You probably just lost it or something. My eyes keep snapping to the doorway. It's empty, of course. What am I waiting for? Even if she showed up, what would she do? Mug him in front of everyone? That would be really funny. Hey, stop thinking about that. Maybe he really did forget. Who knows? I really shouldn't be upset. It's not that much. You could go grocery shopping with that, but it's not the end of the world. I'm not exactly starving. Lately, I've been eating too much junk anyways. Yeah. Maybe if I eat less of this stuff, skin will clear up. That'd be nice. Asya, you don't use makeup at all, right? No, I don't. We're not allowed to, though. What are you saying? They allowed it last year. Really? No one's gonna send you home for it. Oh, that's good, I guess. These girls rarely talk to me. They're usually pretty nice, though. At least when they're not joking along with the guys. I think one of them likes Vadim. She laughs a lot whenever he says anything to me. I suppose we have very different senses of humor. But you've never tried it before, yeah? Makeup? No, never. Seriously? You're like 15 already. 14. Same thing. Gotta learn to do it at some point. Especially with that complexion. Well, I'm not really... Hey, how about we help you out? Uh, yeah, just some light makeup. You'll see what it's like. I... I don't know. Come on, it'll be fine. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Oh, um, uh, alright, but... Hey, come here then. I don't think people do unpleasant things on purpose. Nobody wakes up in the morning with the goal to make someone feel bad. I really believe that if someone is doing something hurtful, they don't fully understand it. So it shouldn't I shouldn't wish bad things on people who don't really know they're being mean. I shouldn't wish for Ira to appear and interrupt them or scream at them or punish them or... I can still hear everyone laughing as I run out to the corridor. I'm covering my face. I don't need any teachers seeing me like that. At least the toilet's close so I can wash this mess off quickly. Ugh. I should stop falling for these pranks. Sorry, I lifted my face without thinking. Oh no. Ugh. The hell? Ira jerks away from me. Can't blame her. I must look like an insane person. Yeah, I look awful. I can't handle her looking at me like that. I'm sorry. Huh? I run past her. Run. I just need to get to the restroom. I need to wash it off. After about a month, reality had dawned on me. I kept telling myself that Ira's actions had nothing to do with me. She told me that much, and in no uncertain terms. She said that I kept repeating it. She said that and I kept repeating it again and again and again. I didn't believe it. On some level, I still held on to the faint hope that Ira pitied me, that she cared about me for God knows what reason. No, really, what was the reason? Her lashing out at classmates she found annoying, one who just happened to make fun of me, her not joining in, her telling me she liked my writings. She didn't even say that much. She said they weren't stupid. Wait. 3 coins clink against my desk. 20, 20, 10. So he remembered? There. Thanks for the unforgettable. Everyone around erupts in snickers. Hey, you're a cheap deal. You free later? Very funny. Oh please, Shabina, get a sense of humor. Your face is dragging down the class's morale. That's right. You're doing us all a disservice. Think of your classmates for once. I let myself believe something would change. I thought about it as if I deserved it. As if I didn't have it good enough before. As if my life had any real problems. I was just being greedy, plain and simple, getting my hopes up over some silly coincidence. It's all so stupid, I can't help but laugh. But that's okay. I know better now. I was being ridiculous. It's shameful to admit to. Better late than never, right? I got a little too caught up in my own little world. And hey, thank you, Elias, for the check-in. Hope you're doing good today. Hope work's treating you well. And hey, even if they didn't amount to anything, I can still appreciate these little encounters with Ira for what they were. Brief but wonderful moments. I could reminisce fondly about the one time I lucked out and saw Garin all scared and confused. Or that one time somebody gave my work a compliment, backhanded as it was. I could do that, because everyone does that. Everyone has those little things that they look back on with a smile. It's beautiful, in its own way, is it not? Our whole lives are just a series of episodes, both good and bad. It doesn't matter if they grow into a bigger story, because each moment has a lot of merit of its own. It's something I should learn to be content with. It's something I've been perfectly content with until now, until I until I decided that what I had wasn't enough. Speaking objectively, what is there to complain about? No, seriously. I live in the prettiest part of our vast country. I have a comfortable roof over my head and even my own room. I have two living parents, have wonderful hobbies to enjoy, paper to write on, books to read, TV to watch. I buy myself treats almost every day after I'm done with school. I have good grades, and my teachers tell me that I have great potential. My classmates also recognize how studious I am. I help them with their studies when they ask me to. That's right, I've got classmates that I can always talk to. Guys I can laugh along with, even if their jokes don't always land. Even if my sense of humor isn't the best. All of this, I have all of this. Right here, right now. Everything that a girl my age could ever ask for. So why did I act as if it weren't enough? Why the— you idiot. Uh, wha- Why the hell do you always go along with some bullshit? I'm so— Hera looks like she's gonna slap me, but instead swings her boot against a snow hill. She turns to me and starts roughly swinging clumps of snow stuck to my coat. My whole body feels slightly numb. When I start to speak, my voice comes out weaker than expected. How did she know I was here? It doesn't matter. I heard that asshole Garn giggling about it. Can you stand? Yeah. I clumsily get up. My limbs feel rigid. I know you shouldn't sit on concrete when it's cold. I wouldn't normally. There was nowhere else to sit near the school's back entrance. My legs were starting to get tired. I half-heartedly shake the snow off my skirt and tights. The flakes fall gently on the ground below. Look at Ira. Her face is— huh? The word concern flashed in my head, but I've already learned I'm no good at judgments like that. I shouldn't be presumptuous. It's a bad habit of mine. I shouldn't flatter myself. I shouldn't, but the question escapes before I manage to cut myself short. So why are you here? What do you mean, why? I told you, Garn was bragging about slipping you that stupid letter. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Well, this doesn't have anything to do with you, does it? As soon as I say that out loud, I realize I messed up. I really did. Now she's gonna punch me. Era's going to punch me for real. She's going to punch me and then never speak to me again. Don't even say sorry. I just brace myself for the incoming blow. Physical, verbal, I don't care. I've earned it. No, not really. Huh? It doesn't concern me at all. It's just annoying. Is that so? Yeah, piss me off. And you piss me off too. I don't freaking get you. You knew it wasn't real. There's no way you believed that, right? Right? I didn't believe it. I'm not that stupid. I looked down at the moist, crumpled letter I forgot I was still holding. It's the oldest trick in the book. A love letter prank? Really? Who would fall for that? I stare at that shriveled up piece of paper, and something about its existence feels extremely sad to me. You wanna burn it? Huh? I have matches. Oh. Thanks. Sweat anyway. Fold the letter and shove it into my pocket. It won't get damp inside, but I don't care. Can't just throw it away. A fake confession is still a confession in my eyes. Those words didn't choose to be written insincerely. It's okay. Even if this whole thing isn't real. I met Ira today. Ira came. After all these weeks of praying, Ira came. Thank you. Huh? I smile at her. Even after I said I'd come to terms with it. No. Right as I was saying it to you, to myself, to the world, I knew that I was lying. I couldn't throw away that last dumb scrap of hope I had. A small involuntary thought that crept into my mind whenever I felt slightly lonelier than usual. And even if it took so long, she finally came. I didn't do anything, really. Uh, Flustered. He was flustered. Is she flustered? Really? That's cute. It's just so cute. Uh-huh. What's with you? Ah, right. I'm grinning like an idiot. Sorry. I'm fine. Whatever. Going home. What? Already? He gives me a quick once-over. You take care. Ah, yeah, okay. Bye-bye. We wave at each other, and I watch her disappear behind the corner. I hesitate. Maybe I shouldn't. It feels like there's so much I want to say to her, but I don't know what or why, but I just know that it's a lot. I turn and walk a couple of steps in the direction of my home. No, changed my mind. I run back. Crap, my legs are still so stiff. I turn the same corner Ira passed not even a minute ago, and she's already gone. Sigh. The snow here isn't deep enough to leave clear footprints. Not that I'd be desperate enough to follow. Why does she always leave in such a rush? Loki, Asia's kinda just Nat 1, and she's kind of awesome. It's okay. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way, sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then the library, or for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. She still attended classes, albeit irregularly. She always vanished during breaks. I don't know where to, and I wouldn't dare ask. Something told me she'd say none of your business if I did. Hold? Okay. We're just doing this again. And she'd be right. But even so, I kept imagining those scenarios in my head. Not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school or to the store, just wandering the streets killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought about how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started taking new routes. As naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it again and again, walking and walking, praying and praying. Do you assholes ever shut up? Huh? Ugh, this bitch. No one saw Ira enter the class. Everyone was too busy whistling and laughing. Ah, and she caught me in a really dumb pose. Well, that's on me. I wouldn't have chosen Dare if I knew she'd see me like that, though choosing truth while playing with these guys, I'm not sure what's worse. Oh well. I'm saying all this, but I got what was coming to me. I chose to embarrass myself, and I did so. I kept begging, wishing as hard as I could for Ira to appear. And so, she did. And now, despite the overwhelming shame, I feel so happy that I might explode. Ira walks to her desk, barely paying me a passing glance, while the boys skirt out of her way. Only Garin doesn't. Ugh, move. Nah, what's the rush? Come play with us too. Huh? Dude, you serious? Ugh, come on, have some fun for a change. Look, Shubina's having fun, right, Shubina? Please don't look. Yes. See? Ira doesn't flinch. Out of my way. Or what, gonna throw a chair at me? To everyone's surprise, Ira calmly puts her bag down on the nearest desk. She starts digging through it without saying a word. Garen lets out an awkward chuckle. What, got a grenade in there or something? She looks at him. Huh? Whoa! Garen jumps back, bumping into another student. What? Fuck. Everyone shifts away. What was that? Huh? What the hell? You... Something silvery shines in Ira's hands. It's a bow compass. Is that... You serious? She doesn't say anything. The room fills with low murmurs that quickly turn into cheers. Psycho, nutcase, crazy bitch. Ira lowers the compass and makes her way to her desk, looking unbothered. It's just like the last time. Ira saves me without acknowledging my existence. Maybe some onlookers, no, most people will think that she didn't plan on helping me at all. And that's what I'm inclined to think as well, yet my unreasonable heart is still elated. I'm getting some really silly thoughts. The 2 times when Ira lashed out at Garen were the 2 times she saw him laughing at my expense. That can't be coincidence, right? Of course it can. It was only 2 times. 2 times and weeks apart. You'd be an idiot to think otherwise. Yeah, I guess you're right. It's the only logical train of thought. I should agree. I would agree. If only... I didn't do anything, really. If only Ira didn't show up that day. It's only been 2 weeks since then, and I haven't stopped replaying that moment in my mind. Over and over and over and over and over. I didn't get sad about Ira ignoring me at school or anywhere anymore. Because in that moment, I got all the justification I could ask for. It was everything I could have hoped for. But I'm still a very greedy person. Still not good enough. Still keep looking for her when I'm home. It's almost ridiculous how hard it can be to catch a person in a town this small. So at some point, I started to wonder. I saw my classmates regularly just out and about, strolling the main street, at courtyards, the community center, at the store, the cafe. They weren't hard to run into. But it was as if Ira spent all of her free time at home, which could be the case, but didn't sound like something she would do. From what I heard and could assume, she didn't have the best relationship with her parents. Spending hours on end in a home like that every day? No, I really doubt that. The other, more probable option was that she preferred the outskirts. Maybe she didn't want to be bothered? That sounded like her. Well, despite that being highly likely, I was hoping to do just that, bother the heck out of her. I felt almost brave about it. Ira could totally get pissed. She could push me away, she could even attack me. Whoa. But for some reason, I really didn't think that she would. Ah, my breath halted. Oh, hey. Hi. The vents near the research institute expel hot air. Nobody really goes here, aside from the staff coming out for a smoke. Never ran into any, but the ground here is littered with cigarette butts, so that's a safe bet in my book. Why is Ira here of all places? Again? Huh? How many times can you buy into stupid pranks? They seriously sent you all the way here? What? No. I didn't get any letters after that. I'm just taking a stroll. A stroll. Here. Yes? Okay. Ira gives me an incredulous look. Do you like smoke? No, I don't. Why? It's a smoking area. Ah, yes. I know that. You wanna try then? What? Smoking? No, thank you. Okay. She shrugs. Awkward start. I can't let it end here. I need to just, um, and what about you, Ira? What about me? Why are you here? Were you at the Institute? Yeah, something like that. Something like that? My mom works here. She forgets her lunch sometimes. Oh. Oh, you bring her lunch? That's what I said. That's so sweet. Uh, I, I mean, um, it's really nice you look out for your mom. It's whatever. It's not. I know it's not. With all I've heard about her family, the fact that she still goes out of her way like that, it's really amazing. The thought of doing something like that for my parents has never even crossed my mind. I mean, if I were told to deliver something, I would. But Yara's different. She wouldn't do something just because she was ordered to. She'd have to really care about it. Crap. That proves it. Yara and I weren't cut from the same cloth. I spend my days looking for excuses to stave off the minute I have to come home. Yara's cooking, packing lunch, and carrying it to the edge of town. That goes against everything I've heard, but it makes so much sense. That's why I never see her on the street. That's why she doesn't have the time to sit at the cafe. That's why she doesn't idle away at the community center. That's why she's such a caring person. That's why I'm such a piece of trash. No. She only said her mom forgets her lunches sometimes. Lunches are prepared in advance. It doesn't take long to get to the Institute, even if you walk from the other side of town. Uh, yeah, that's true. She'd still have plenty of spare time. This doesn't work. This explanation doesn't work. Hiro walks back into the building. Do I really need an explanation? It's none of my business. I'm not so delusional as to believe we're close enough to share something like that. That'd be nice, but it's not how things work. Things work like this. When Ira's in the room, Garin doesn't talk to me as much. When she isn't, I wish she would be. Your friend's not here today. Who? Who do you think? Oh, she's not really my friend. You're Pitbull then. Pitbull? Hey, that's spot on. You can't make a harmless joke around that chick without her throwing a conniption fit. It's annoying as shit. They think we're friends? Well, not really, but looks like they've picked up on Ira acting like that to me being used as a laughingstock. So it wasn't just me? It's not just my wishful thinking? That's nice to hear, even if I still don't know for sure. It's the most comforting thing I've heard out of Garin's mouth to date. At least she barely shows up. Yeah, they'll probably kick her out before New Year's with that attendance record. Good riddance. That's right. Ira can't possibly be meeting the minimal attendance requirements. I don't know about her grades, but wait, I don't think they can expel her. Huh? Why not? We're the only school in town. Where else is she going to go? Damn. Good point. Ugh. Well, her parents can just send her away. You mean to another town? Yeah, to a relative or something. What? No. Oh man. Now that you say that, everyone pretend to be surprised when that happens. No. No, 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 no. I hate how they're right. I hate that I can see that happening. Everyone talks about it. How Ira's a nuisance to her household. It's been like that for a long time. But still, she forgets her lunch sometimes. That can't happen. No. It can't. It's not fair, it's not fair, it's not fair. I can't send her away. She can't go. She's so nice. She cares. She does. Maybe not for me, but for her family. Why would they send her away? That's just too cruel. They can't do that. If they do, then it will all be over. If they do, then I won't. It just started. I don't know what. I can't even call it talking. I don't know what it is, but that doesn't matter. Even if she just tolerates me, even if she doesn't want anything to do with me, I don't care. This can't happen. This physically cannot happen. I raise my head and look out through the window. The snow is falling lightly out in the yard. The dark pine branches sway under its weight. The long gray clouds glide placidly across the tundra. Far past the fences, past the mountain ridge, so far away that I can't picture it. So far away that my mind circles twice around the earth and comes back to the spot I'm sitting in. This world is way too gentle. It's been too kind to an ungrateful brat like me. So, if I've earned this world's good graces, why can't a person so much more deserving do the same? What does a person like that have to do? And is there anything that I can do? Ugh, a bird flies past the window. You're, what? I'm really using up all my luck these days. Mira sits smoking in the girls' bathroom, just like she did when I first talked to her. Some snowflakes blow into the room and stick to her hair. It's gotten colder. Maybe you shouldn't sit so close. uh, I know you don't like going to class much, but you can really get kicked out like that. Is that why you came here? To tell me that? I know that. I'm not stupid. I don't think you are. Do you just really not care? Everyone says you'll get sent away, but your parents will send you to live with a relative. Is that true? Probably. Yeah. Of course it's true. I knew it was true when I asked the question. Maybe, maybe if you just cleaned up, if you stop skipping now, then maybe you won't have to go. And if you're having a hard time with studies, I can help. We could go to the library or something, and then there's 1 month left. It's not gonna work. I I get it. My voice is shaking. It's better if I keep staring at my shoes. It's okay. That's about what I expected. Of course I knew it's pointless to cram at this point. It was just an excuse. A selfish ploy to get some scraps of Ira's time before she goes. I wonder, did I do the same when Tosia moved away? It's only been 3 years, but now that I think back to it, it's also hazy. I was a very different person then, I'm sure. At least, I probably didn't humiliate myself like this. Hey. Thanks. No, I didn't do anything. It was a dumb suggestion. It was nice of you. Nice. Right. She doesn't know. She thinks I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. It's just not fair. She really is too good of a person. Are you not going to the toilet? Oh, actually, since you're here, have you seen anyone hiding a diary nearby? Diary? Yes. You know, the one we use for classes. Maybe you've seen something like that lying around. Mira's expression darkens. Don't worry, we were just playing a game. I guess the guys got a little carried away. I've checked the whole class and the corridors. It's probably somewhere really obvious, but I am just not good at that kind of stuff. When I hit Igor's pencil case, they found it right away. She throws the cigarette butt out the window and hops off the windowsill. Without saying a word, Ira storms past me, but I grab onto the edge of her dress as she's about to leave. Wait, I said it's fine. We're playing a game. Really. Please, don't get into more trouble because of me. I wasn't going to. Huh? I have an idea where it is. It was Garin, right? No, Shrikov. Same difference. She walks out the corridor. I tag behind. I'm not sure what place Ira has in mind, but it's become immediately clear when she takes that sharp turn to the right. Wait, serious? She swings open the door to the boys' restroom and loudly marches in. Some poor guy tumbles out, almost colliding with me. Sorry. We're sorry. He turns and shakes his head at me in disbelief. I mean, what's there to say? I follow Ira to the bathroom. The smell is so much worse in this one. I look around and see Ira's hands reaching above one of the stalls. There it is. My diary, right by the tiny window at the top. Ira steps on the toilet bowl. Please be careful. I'm fine. She grabs onto the flush tank secured way above. Then, using it as an anchor, she reaches for the windowsill. Catch. Clasp the diary in my hands. It's really been here all along. I look up at Ira, who's now awkwardly trying to get down. Wow, thank you. Yeah. Oh, but... Ira almost loses her balance but jumps just in time. Tomo makes a loud clang as she hops off. Whoa, are you okay? Yeah, let's get out of here. Think it's broken? Dunno, I didn't see anything. But why would I be in a men's toilet? Gross. I see. Thank you again. How did she know it would be in the boys' room? You think Shurik would go into the ladies' room? No. I suspected they put it there. I just didn't have the courage to enter. I can't keep doing this. I know. Should have checked there from the start. Instead of running around the whole school like a... No, you can't keep going along with it. It's just a game. It wasn't. No, really. We were just playing around. Bullshit. You know damn well what they're doing. They're not your friends. I never said they were. Then why don't you tell them to piss off? For once in your life. I can't. You like being a victim that much? You won't get any better if you keep doing this. It'll only get worse. It's not that bad. And I wouldn't... I can't just say something like that to them. I'm sorry. Why the hell not? Well, it wouldn't be right, and however, it's not like I never tried it before, but when I say something, they just make fun of me, and nothing changes. So freaking what? Who cares what they say? Just don't bother with them. I'm not like you. I can't just do that. I can't act like I don't care when everybody's laughing. I can't look people in the eye like that. And when I go along with it, at least they talk to me, and I know you're okay on your own, but So what's your plan? That's it? You're gonna spend the next 3 years like that? Seriously. She doesn't even look annoyed. I get that. I'm also disappointed in myself. Asya? Yes. You know I'm leaving soon. That's right. I understand what she's getting at. The unspoken rule Garin and his friends have been sticking to, holding themselves back when Ira's around. The real cowardly reason I'm so terrified of her going away. I don't know what to do. Why can't I stop? The hand she's been dealt is so much worse than mine, but here I am whining and clinging to her like a leech. I should be the one helping. I should be the one telling Ira to get her act together. And yet, I can't think of a single thing to give her. Write me a poem. Uh, huh? A poem. Um, why? Question is that? 'Cause I liked them. Oh, really? You liked them? You liked my poems? Why else would I ask? Uh, that's... Thank you very much. I mean, yes, of course. I'll write one. Do, do you want it to be about something, or maybe in a specific meter? I don't care. Anything. Uh, all right. I'll think of something then. I'll try. Yeah, you do that. Mary checks her wristwatch. I gotta go. See you around, I guess. Already? Yeah, alright. See you around. She waves her hand and leaves. I watch her walk down the empty corridor. Empty. Really stayed in school for way too long. Shadows stretch along the hallway, tall and dark. My heart is pounding. I should get going too. My life didn't exactly change. Went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then I went to the store, then to the library or for a walk, and then when it got dark, I headed home, day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted deeper. She still attended classes, she vanished during breaks, never asked where to. I kept imagining scenarios in my head, not just when I was being laughed at. I did when I was walking home from school or to the store or just wandering the streets killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought of how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started taking new routes, and as naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it. Ah! Oh? Ira! Hi! What are you doing here? Ira points to her cigarette. Oh, no, I mean, what are you doing at the center? Came to return some books. Oh! So, you go to the library? What were you reading? Stuff. You don't want to say? You won't like it. Huh? Why not? Ira looks like she's really laying down the pros and cons of exposing her taste in literature. Did she read something that she shouldn't? Maybe she thinks it's too dark or crass for someone like me. That's kind of unfair though, isn't it? The other week I finished The Plague by Camus. Never read it. It's about a physician trying to save a town from an epidemic. It's very visceral, but I enjoyed it a lot. Not sure I agree with the message though. Yeah? What was it? It was, basically, it's that evil is an inherent part of life, and you can try warding it off, but it'll never be for good. And even if you do good things in times of crisis, there will always be some greater force spiking your guns. Yeah, sounds about right. I guess there are some okay people in this world, but there's a lot more dirtbags. Really? That's a pretty depressing way to look at it. That's how it is. I don't know if I agree. At least I've never met someone I'd call a dirtbag. You serious? Garen's right there. Garen? Well, he's not that bad. Uh-huh. Really, I don't think he means it. I'm sure everyone is trying the best they can. Most people wouldn't want to cause anyone pain, right? I actually, I think that's something Camus and I can agree on. Yeah, right. Everyone's so nice. Where's all that greater evil coming from? You think it's some natural phenomenon? No, of course not. There are things we perceive as painful in the moment. And there are really horrible, awful things that happen every day. But I don't think it's right to call them evil. Evil's intentional. Those things don't come from bad intentions. Sadness, loneliness, misunderstanding, fear, but not evil. There was this famous judge, Dionysus something, from ancient Greece, I think. But anyway, he said evil is not a being, for if it were, it wouldn't be totally evil. Evil has no place among being. Okay, so Hitler's not evil. That's a rather extreme example, but it's not like he was born that way, was he? I mean, it wasn't a natural quality, I don't think. So, the point still stands. He grew up and became evil as hell. Evil exists. It's freaking everywhere. Just because there's a reason for it doesn't make it better. But of course not. I just don't like it when it's described as something omnipresent. Omni what? It's like... doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is... we aren't born into some big evil force inside of us. I doubt the universe is any different. What? The universe ain't a person. Of course it's different. Well, yes, it's not. I know that. But it is kind of being. It is a kind of being, right? I mean, since every being is pure by default, so is the universe. Because it's the idea of being itself, right? And, I'm not making any sense, am I? You're not. Sorry. It's whatever. Not what I'd expect. What does that mean? You're weird. You say weird things. For a second, I feel a lump rising in my throat. But then I realize something. Ira doesn't look annoyed with me. In fact, it's like she's not repulsed by me at all. I don't really get it, but it must be nice being able to think that way. Huh? Like, everyone's good deep down. Like, nobody would ever hurt someone on purpose. That's a sweet world you're living in. How do you do it? If I were you, I'd be angry as hell. Aren't you pretty angry already? Angrier. Whoa. Even angrier. Yes. I'd be 100 times as pissed. Scary. You bet. I imagined Ira throwing 100 chairs. 100 chairs flying towards a giant gardens. Chairs flying, bow compasses swinging. Ira is like a bodhisattva. Dozens of hands, half are holding furniture, half are for stationery. A halo of chairs and compasses. A halo drawn with a compass. Every new compass draws another halo. 100 times more compasses, 100 times more halos. Ira surrounded by 100 halos. We talk for a little while longer. Just idle chatter while she finishes her smoke. Tell her about some of the books I've recently read. My impressions, my interpretations. I'm not exactly used to sharing those, so my thoughts come out sounding dumb and crumpled. She keeps listening though. Every time I say something, I search Ira's face for signs of boredom. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but I can't find anything of the sort. Oh jeez. I feel so happy I might die. I gotta go. She puts down her cigarette butt. Oh, really? Yeah, plans. I understand. But, some of those novels sounded kinda interesting. Check them out if I don't forget. Really? Please let me know if you do. And, sorry for that stupid philosophy talk. Can you shut up with all the freaking apologies? I just said thanks. Ira gives me a look so threatening I cut myself off. Right. I hope you enjoy them? She nods in approval. Oh, and the books I read, they were, yes? Angelique. By Anne Gold. And Angelique, the romance series? It's historical. It's not just lovey-dovey stuff, you know. I know my mom really liked them. They seem wonderful. I never got to reading them, and but I didn't expect you to be into. They're fine. It's not like I'm a huge fan or anything. You're not? It's just that if you want to read something historical or whatever, that they're alright. Okay, I'll remember that. Mira looks like she's about to say something else, but then turns on her heels and stomps away. See you. Yes, see you around. Mira disappears down the street. There she goes again. My body leans against the frigid wall. My legs are weak. We talked. Ira and I really talked. I never would have guessed. It was even nicer than I imagined. And I had no idea. So she likes books like that, huh? Ira likes novels like that. It's so wonderful. Really, really wonderful. Every new thing I learn about her is more wonderful than the last. I need to meet with her again. I want to talk more. Maybe next time she'll tell me a little more about herself. Kinda feels like I hogged the entire conversation now that I think back to it. That was really self-centered of me. Next time, I'll have to ask Ira more questions. I'll ask her more about the books she likes. Maybe we can talk about movies? I wonder what her favorites are. Does she also like romance films? That would be cute. I usually prefer detective films, but I really enjoy all kinds of movies. So if she wanted to watch something, maybe we could even go to the cinema? That'd be so much fun. It's been a long time since I've gone there. I need to see her again. I think, looking at the time, I'm gonna call it there. So I can kind of prep for work. But this is definitely a way to burn out my voice before work, but I'm liking it so far. It's fun. I think it's been really cute so far. Excited to see where it goes. And hell yeah. I will see you guys tomorrow for more Soma. And I hope everyone has a good day. Bye, team. Hell yeah. Thank you, Elias. Thank you, Sang. And thank you, Alex, for being in earlier. See you guys. Bye.